Like, I've recently started going to conventions. I went to my first San Diego Comic-Con this year, where I made my first official cosplay that I labeled as cosplay. I discovered I can sew way better than I thought I could, which is nice. So cosplay is really big. Those are the newer things. Like, I'm caught up on all Geek TV. I really want to get into comic books, and I love reading. But mostly movies and their production. Like, I went to the first Avengers marathon before the Avengers came out, and did not bat an eye at being at the theater at 11 a.m. and being there until after midnight. I was just completely overjoyed and into it, and I've been very upset that I haven't had, like, I missed the tickets for the Star Wars marathon and the new Avengers Age of Ultron marathon that started at like 1 a.m.
I'm very much into superheroes. Can't beat superheroes, especially Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Game of Thrones, just general programs. My taste is rather random and sporadic, to be truly honest. It does vary. I do like cartoons of superheroes and just stuff like that, really.
I like lots of things. I like anime. I love Naruto. I like video games. I love Resident Evil. I used to collect Resident Evil action figures, but I had to get rid of a load because I ran out of space, and it was a very sad day. I like PC games. I like turn-based strategy in particular, and 90s CRPGs like Avedon and Avernum. I like sci-fi, particularly Babylon 5. I also like MMOs, but I haven't played any for quite a long time. I should really try and find a new one, or maybe go back to World of Warcraft. Who knows?
Wow, I like playing on the Xbox, mainly playing Halo, Call of Duty, Fable is a favourite actually, but film-wise it's like Star Wars, Underworld.
I quite like anime, and in my old flat, me and my housemate like plastered the walls in like comic book stuff.
Some that would probably say they were geeky, but I'd probably say that they wouldn't, because I'm a geek because I like Superman or Batman, which I don't think's enough to really get you in the door with me. My current boyfriend Robin, he's particularly geeky. We have Dungeons and Dragons every Tuesday night.
Yes.
I've come close, like, because I've dated one person, and that was when, like, I had no business being in any sort of romantic relationship, just for, like under no circumstance in my life was anything going really well, and I knew that, and he wasn't geeky.
Yeah, I'm married to one.
Haven't, but I have several friends who are fellow geeks.
Yeah.
I've dated non-geeky guys. I've been on a few dates and have actually got excited when we started talking about superheroes.
Yeah, they're really boring.
Definitely, there is nothing more boring than watching the football.
I have. The only person that I actually had a relationship with was non-geeky. Like, he was hyper intelligent, and he knew it, but his slew of emotional problems means that he's manipulative, and that's not an apology for it. That's just, it is what it is. That was what was going on. Yes, there's a huge difference. And I don't know what causes it, but in my experience, and this is almost exclusively, like, I can name maybe 2 guys that I've met that are geeky and also like dickish, or like standard, I guess the general world population of Americans, that kind of like arrogant, curmudgeonly, give zero fucks type thing. But everyone else, like, that I've met that's a geeky guy is really open. They're feminists, they're gentlemen at the same time. They believe in chivalry, which is really wonderful, and like my heart yearns. I'm just like, gosh, I wish I was attracted to you. I'm not.
In social situations, no. But if we went to go see, say, a Superman film, one would be really excited about it, and the other one not so much. And that's quite nice to see someone be that excited about. Whereas a non-geeky guy generally just isn't that interested, and when we come out of the film they're like, yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, geeky guys are more in touch with their emotional side.
I find that for me, geeky guys are more likely to try and get you into their interests. I mean, I could be out a few guys that tried a little to get me into rugby, but they kind of gave up after the first match. Where you're invited to kind of board game nights, or to watch some like bad B movies, or I think the enthusiasm is just infectious, and I really like that.
Geeky blokes probably think I'm less weird getting excited about superheroes.
I think they're quite shocked.
Just same old, really.
Free stuff. Have I been given an epic flying mount for free just because I am lovely and an asset to the guild? Oh yes.
So I have a lot of really great conversations, and I'm treated like a complete person, usually, as opposed to like a fetishized like object thing that I think a lot of geek girls get. I don't know the intent of like guys on the approach, and I definitely get more people trying to talk to me based on how I'm dressed, or how I'm dressed, I guess.
Like if you had something like a t-shirt on that had something that you're interested in and it's a bit geeky, you either get a positive reaction from people, they're like, oh my god, I love that, or you get a negative reaction where some people are like, what the hell are you wearing?
I wouldn't say negative as such, but there's been a lack of interest or a lack of engagement. I got told I was boring once.
I had a Black Butler wallet, and I took it out to pay for something, and James got really embarrassed that I had that. He was like, oh my god, what she just pulled out of her bag. Whereas other people see that and they're like, oh my god, you like Black Butler. So depends.
No, just take me as I am.
I have, and I encounter it so infrequently that I didn't understand what was going on until after the fact.
No, not really. I think I met a guy once and told him that I liked playing on the Xbox, and he was like, I don't own one. And I was like, you serious? Like every guy owns an Xbox, surely? And he was like, no, I mean, I've never had one. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, that's a bit awkward.
So geeky is high on the list, but it's not number one. First is kind. Second is compassionate. Compassionate and intelligent are actually on par with each other. It's a tie for second place. You need to be funny because I need to laugh, and I'm gonna try and make you laugh. And if you don't let me do that, that's a big problem.
It's not important to me. I don't really have a preference in that.
Honestly, it's not important. As long as they're a decent guy and not scary, then it should be fine.
No, because you can't say that you're gonna basically like not give someone a chance because they're not interested in the same things as you.
It's not important to me, but it is nice.
Chemistry, obviously. Some common interests. And just how we get on.
I always like someone interesting, someone who's away from the norm, something that catches my eye, that's a bit different. Because regular guys, it's just boring. You need something that's a bit exciting, really. I also like big guys. What can I say?
Good looking, good posture. Good job.
they have to have nice teeth, because everyone knows if you don't have nice teeth then you don't look after yourself. They have to obviously be into the same things that I am. Whereas obviously my Xbox, Tom plays Xbox, and they have to have nice eyes as well.
Arrogance. Arrogance is the biggest one.
I don't like lazy guys. I don't like guys who have no ambition in life, where they don't want to get a job and don't want to support themselves or move forward.
Loud eaters. There's nothing worse than going on a date with a guy and then eating really loudly. And if any woman turns around and says that's a turn on, they'll lie.
Anyone who's addicted to the gym and would judge me for sitting for 12 hours watching a Dexter's Laboratory marathon.
Someone who's very, very needy. Someone who doesn't accept me for who I am. And I can't think of anything else.